Hello again, Dan Alasso with History for Today. It's getting close to the end of the summer. Actually, it's only the end of July, but I can see the semester looming about 4 weeks in my future. So it's time for me to get serious about kind of finishing up my summer research. I'll be going down to the Twin Cities 2 more times before the summer's over. And then also preparing my courses and getting them ready to begin in the last week of August. And one of the things that I'm trying to take advantage of, actually in a faculty short course that I'm co-facilitating on retrieval practice, is that retrieval practice is pretty new to me too. I've been hearing about retrieval and spaced repetition for the last year or so as I've become more interested in personal knowledge management. But it's only been recently that I've paid attention and really begun reading books like Powerful Teaching and thinking about how I can incorporate some of these techniques into my own classes. So I'm going to lean into the idea in this short course that I'm learning this content too. Now, a lot has been said about how it can be much better and much more comfortable and motivating for people to learn from a fellow student rather than from an expert. And some of the advantage of listening to people who are just slightly ahead of you on the path is that they're not so far down the road that they've forgotten the struggle that they went to acquire the knowledge in the first place. So it is difficult sometimes to acquire specific new knowledge and skills. And there's a sense of strangeness that can come with this newly altered perspective. And I think it's valuable for learners to be aware that the people that they're working with feel it too. Experts have also oftentimes forgotten what it was like not to have the knowledge or the skills that they're teaching. And this can sometimes get in the way of explaining things fully or giving the students time to acclimate themselves to the shift, especially when learning happens in a gradual step-by-step fashion. It can be difficult for a person who has been at the destination for so long to remember the steps that got them there or what the experience felt like. They're like, what? You can't jump from step A to step Z? Why not? There's also something a little bit different about an old person for whom everything is obvious and a young learner for whom it's all new. Sometimes it can seem a little ungenuine when someone light years ahead tries to feign excitement over content when they don't really feel it anymore. Or to put it another way, there's a different level of energy that you put into something that you're learning for the first time. So I think it's an advantage to me that I've only recently been learning some of the information that I'm covering with other faculty in this retrieval practice course that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. But wait, you say, generally the teacher is supposed to know the stuff they're covering, right? I agree. This is obviously true, especially in things like the survey courses that I've taught again and again. But maybe the key here too is that qualification that I just made a moment ago. Some of the information. There's so much to talk about, for example, in modern world history, that I think I can keep it feeling fresh by adding new bits each time I do it. And as I add these new things, these new readings or a new format for the content, like shifting to the Obsidian class vault instead of the ebook, or new student participation tools like Packback or Flipgrid or Mentimeter. This gives me a new sense of excitement over the novelty involved, which I think can become contagious. And my goal in the surveys, I want to re-emphasize, is much more to engage the students with the idea of history and with critical thinking than to permanently cram particular facts into their heads. A Google search or asking Siri on their watch can tell them facts in seconds. The thought processes are the key takeaways. So the relationship that I'm trying to cultivate with my students and my readers and you is one of fellowship in kind of a Tolkien-y sense. We're on a journey together. We're on a quest for understanding. It's completely legit to discover things in the course of a journey, even if you're the guide. It would be absurd for an actual guide on a real journey to encounter something new and to pretend that they had known about it all along. It might even be dangerous. At the very least, it doesn't sound like an effective way to encourage other travelers to be open to learning new things along the way. And after all, that is the point. So I'm actually probably going to be looking for opportunities to model this behavior for my students this coming semester, to show that I'm open to new ideas and new perspectives, so they can be too. So as I'm designing retrieval practice into my courses for this fall, based on this new reading and new understanding that I have, I think I'll also try to insert some deliberate, but hopefully not too artificial feeling, moments into these courses where we can also have this experience of changing our perspectives together. I'll let you know what I specifically plan and how it goes. But that's all I have for now. So thanks very much for listening. I will be posting videos much more frequently as we get closer to the semester and I'm spending more time in front of my computer. So I will see you again